Hi, my name is Danny, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 finance hacks that I wish I knew at age 18. Hi again. So yeah, my name is Danny. If you're new to my channel, I post every single week talking about tips and tricks to optimize your life through your habits, your productivity, and your finances. So it always bugged me growing up in school how I felt like we were never actually taught anything about money or how to create financial freedom. Instead, you're pretty much taught how to be a good employee, how to show up on time. You learn things like the Pythagorean theorem. Oh, and that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Hopefully that's right, or else I just proved that I actually learned nothing. So I feel like everything you learn in school, it sounds fine. It sounds like it's gonna be applicable later, maybe. But then what happens when the real world comes along? Well, I'll tell you what happens. You get a bunch of 30-year-olds wearing t-shirts that say, adulting sucks, or stuff like that, because they were not properly prepared for what life had in store for them. And I found that most of these people didn't feel properly prepared because they were not taught how to have a healthy relationship with money. So, with that said, let's get into the top 5 finance hacks that I wish I knew when I was 18. Also, real quick, I am not a financial advisor, so please don't take any of this as financial advice. These are just things that I personally wish I knew at age 18. Okay, number 1, and this one might actually be a little bit controversial, but get a credit card as soon as you can and take it seriously. Genuinely, one of the biggest things I wish I would have done differently is gotten a credit card when I was 18 and just taken it seriously, because I really didn't get into credit cards until about 2 years ago. So I currently have 4 credit cards. Most of them are through Chase. Chase has awesome credit cards. This video isn't really going to get into credit cards much. We'll talk a little bit about it, but that's something I definitely want to talk about in the future. So if you're interested in credit card points, how to take advantage of them, how to travel for free basically using credit cards, let me know in the comments below, because that is something I want to make videos on soon. Okay, so the main reason why I love credit cards and why I wish I would have gotten into them earlier is because if you have a good credit card and you know how to use it correctly, it will literally give you free money. For instance, through Chase Points, I've only been doing Chase for about a little bit over a year, but I have over $2,000 in reward points. That's $2,000 literally that I got for free just because I decided to swipe with a Chase card instead of my debit card. Like, why would you not do that? Now, some people are very, very against credit cards, and for good reasons too. If you have not already proven yourself to be financially responsible, then you probably shouldn't get a credit card. A credit card's purpose is not to pay for something that you don't have money to pay for. But with all that said, if you are financially responsible and you haven't dipped your toes into the world of credit cards yet, I would definitely do your research, see what you could qualify for, and see if that's a jump you want to take. Point number 2 is to start investing even if you feel like you don't have much at all to invest. So I'm about to turn 23, and one of my biggest regrets, well, not really regrets, because I don't know, nobody told me about it, but I wish I knew about investing earlier. I've been investing rigorously for the last 2 years, but I really wish I would have started when I was 18. Now, if you don't have anything invested right now, I understand, because it seems so unknown. It seems like such a scary concept. Like, we hear the word investing all the time and nobody really takes the time to break it down and tell us what it means and why we should be doing it. But let me reassure you, the best time to start investing is always today, because you couldn't do it yesterday. In fact, if you haven't started investing yet, but you've just been on the fence, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you exactly what I would do if I was 18 again. So 1, I would open up a Roth IRA. 2, I would max out my annual contribution. At the time of filming this, it's $6,000 a year. And 3, I would put most of that money just into ETFs that follow the stock market, like the S&P 500, NASDAQ. I would find ETFs that mirror those. And boom, that's all you need to do, baby. If I had done that when I was 18, my Roth would be way bigger than it is today. Another big plus about starting investing now is that because it's become such a competitive industry, almost everybody has free brokerage accounts now and commission-free trading. So you can literally start your money growing completely for free. Okay, also, I just wanted to mention that the last thing I just said about what I would do if I was 18 again, some of you watching may not know what a Roth IRA is. You may not know what an ETF is, and that's totally fine. This video isn't going to get into depth with that stuff because I'm planning on doing a full beginner's guide to investing. So if you want that video to come to this channel, make sure you leave a like on this video, make sure you subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and let me know that you want that video because I want to make that video. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that I know what I just said wasn't like a whole lot of information. Okay, point number 3. Nobody cares what you wear. Or another way to say this, no one worth impressing should care what you wear. Finally, a third way to say this is don't spend money to impress people who don't matter. So in high school, I pretty much only wore brand name clothes, and looking back, it was incredibly cringy. But literally every t-shirt I had just some big ugly brand name printed on the front or on the sleeve, you know, some bird right here. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I was super insecure back then and pretty much wore what I thought would make people like me more. During those years, I spent a lot of money on clothes versus today, where every shirt I wear is pretty much exactly this. This is a $6 t-shirt from a generic brand I found that I really like. So the point here is try not to spend money on clothes to impress people. Wear what makes sense for you, wear what's comfy for you. I literally wear like a t-shirt and like black joggers, like pretty much every day. Now, obviously, don't get stuff that's like so cheap that it's like uncomfortable. A week from now, you're like sitting at home and you're just like, gosh, I'm really glad Danny helped me save money, but man, this straw shirt is really itchy. Don't do that. It doesn't have to be that cheap, but you can save a bunch of money by just avoiding brand names. That's what I do. Here's a quick test to see if you are actually dressing the way you want to, or if you're dressing to get other people's approval. If the world ended today, but you were somehow still alive, would your wardrobe change? Because you and I both know, if you're walking outside and nobody's seeing you, I know you're not putting that Gucci t-shirt on and your $500 sneakers. I know you're not doing that. Now, obviously, the world ending is not a perfect example. I'm aware of that, okay? I'm aware. But if your answer is yes, that you would change your wardrobe based on who's not seeing you anymore, then I think you might be spending money to impress people that you don't need to spend. Okay, point 4 is to avoid buying bottled water or like bottled drinks. Okay, so this is a super easy one. It takes a little bit of discipline to get started, but once you have it rolling, this can actually save you a lot of money. Okay, so in college, I pretty much bought a Dasani water bottle every day on my way to class. Now, for the people out there who hate Dasani, I actually have nothing to say to you. I don't know why certain water bottles can be better than the other, but I just know Dasani has a lot of haters, so I just wanted to point that out. So the hack here...
Sorry, I meant to say, the hack here is to get a water bottle.
Wow, that voice... But yeah, get a water bottle that you like, so you'll be, you know, inspired to bring it with you wherever you go. But get one that you like, fill it up before you leave the house, fill it up at water fountains, fill it up wherever there is filtered water, and boom, you're not spending money on drinks anymore. Same thing with coffee. I would spend so much on like little coffee drinks from like vending machines. I know it sounds gross, but like the little Starbucks, like glass bottle frappes, so good. But instead, we got this. A little coffee thermos. I make my coffee at home. I put it in this, put this in my car, and I drive to wherever I'm going, and we're not gonna buy coffee there anymore because I got the coffee with me. So I found this article that I thought was interesting. This article, published in 2021, said, a woman is likely to spend an average of $2,327 a year on her coffee. Her male counterpart's average bill is $1,934. I mean, so both people are right around that $2,000 a year mark on coffee. That, my friend, is an average of like roughly $177 a month. Even if you like invested in a super expensive bougie coffee maker, I still think that would be cheaper than $177 a month if you use that coffee maker at home every day. I mean, okay, it would depend on how much coffee you drink, but in general, I think that would be true. Okay, the fifth point, the last one, is that most people that you see as successful actually can't afford their lifestyle. This last one is less of a financial hack and more just of a insightful piece of information. So have you ever driven by a trailer park and noticed a bunch of really nice cars like outside of the trailers? I remember the first time I saw this, I was working in Georgia and we went through this trailer park and I saw like brand new Camaros, I saw a Porsche, a lot of BMWs, and I just remember thinking, wow. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with living in a trailer park, obviously, but I think the trailer park example is a good representation of how people want to be perceived. I've met people who drive Range Rovers every single day, but then I have a personal conversation with them and they're like, yeah, I couldn't go out to eat last night because I'm just realizing, you know, finances are pretty tight. And I'm like, dude, you drive an $80,000 SUV. How could you not afford to eat out? So I think it's super important for us to realize that people we see that portray the lives that we think we want often don't have what we actually want. So the lesson here is don't compare your financial situation to anybody. If you're gonna benchmark against yourself and what you made last year. Because the people who are actually killing it don't flash it because they have nothing to prove to anyone. They've proven it to themselves and they don't care if you know if they're rich. Let's look at actual billionaires. Do you know what Mark Zuckerberg's daily driver is? The CEO of Facebook, a man who can afford to buy countries. His daily driver is a Honda Fit. Larry Page, co-founder of Google, also could buy whatever he wanted. His daily driver is a Prius. Oh, also, quick fun fact, do you know what the most common driven car by millionaires is? Here's a hint. It's not a Lamborghini. It's not a Ferrari. Most studies say it is a Ford F-150. So the moral of the story here is stop comparing your financial situation to other people's situations because you truly don't know what they're actually experiencing. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video brought you value, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, comment for the algorithm. As always, I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you next week.